Hi there. Just got a few images I need to kind of Photoshop up for an online thing, and I've been gathering together some of these images. I just want to go through some of the things you might want to do to sort them out. Now this one, obviously I want to start by cropping it down somewhat, get rid of a lot of this background, which was just a neutral background that was put in to make it easier to separate the thing from the you can see we've got some kind of perspective effect going on. I think this clock is probably, well, mostly rectangular. So if we go to edit, transform, skew, we can grab it by these corner points and just try and level it up. I'm trying to get this edge strip even on both sides. Something like that will do. Next thing I want to do is try and cut out the background completely. And the reason I'm making this video is when I came to do it using the automatic object selection tool, like so. Got the wrong layer selected, sign of intelligence. When I use the automatic selection tool, it didn't really do a good job. It missed all these bits, and I was trying to think, well, what can I do to improve it? Let's just deselect everything. Now, one of the things I'm told works, if we go to contrast and ramp up the contrast a lot more, let's mess with the brightness, that might affect how the selection tool works. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, not really. Maybe we'd need to apply that. Let's try it. Let's duplicate that layer. Get rid of that adjustment and go to image adjustments levels, and let's just crank that to something like that and apply it. Now we should have a really good hard edge to select from. Please work. Same again, doesn't like it. Right, so throw that in the bin. And what other techniques can we use? Let's do select color range. Right, so we can start with sampled colors. Now obviously at the moment I'm just sampling a color and it's kind of doing that selection. We've got an add option here, this little plus. Then we can add things to our selection and just draw over all these different parts. Let's mess with the fuzziness and see what that does for us. Let's try remove from selection and see whether we can kind of draw out some of this black background automatically. Well, it looks like it's worked. Selection, preview, grayscale. That's okay. That again, that's terrible, isn't it? That's just ended up with a massively complicated selection. Let's try one more go. Let's do color range again, and let's just select the grey background instead. Don't like it. Because it's getting all this middle stuff. Let's adjust the range. Yeah, it might work. It might work. That's okay. Yeah, we're still getting a really terrible selection. What else have we got in the selection tools? Magic Wand tool. See, that's doing about the same thing we got with the previous ones. Quick selection tool, the old favourite. There, I'm just drawing around the whole thing. See, that's pretty good as a quick option, isn't it? I think that's not done a terrible job at all. Let's do Alt to reduce the selection a bit. Now let's go to select a mask and let's smooth our edges a bit. No. Contrast. Maybe. Shift edge. Radius. See, that's growing my edge quite a little bit. Can you see that little kind of thing it's doing there? Oops, radius. Let's turn on smart radius. I think we can probably live with that. Output to selection. Right, so now we can drop out the background. Select my background layer. And what I've been doing, I've just been doing a black and white gradient background on these. Which gives us a neutral background. We've got all this horrible white fringing here though, haven't we? Must be able to do that better. So I've pressed Control and clicked on the mask to reselect this edge. What have we got? Where's defringe gone? I think defringe might be a legacy thing. Layer. Select a mask, smooth. No. Filter, select a mask. Let's go back in here and have another go. Let's get on with the refine edge brush a little bit. So I'm just trying to pull in some of this black, the black edging of the lead on this. That's a clock window, isn't it? Just to yeah, if you don't like what it does, press the Alt key to reverse it. Let's try that. Okay. Let's delete the mask. And let's create the mask again. Yeah, it's still got these hard edges. Maybe I can go in with the with a brush, soft brush, low opacity, and just kind of manually get rid of these hard edges. That's working quite nicely. Because I'm putting like a dark background in, you really don't want a hard cut out looking edge to your thing, otherwise it looks like you've been around it with a pair of scissors, and we're hoping to get a slightly more refined edge. What's nice, because we're just drawing on the mask here, if we do any heralding mistakes we can go back and fix them. Right, you just don't want anything which catches your eye around this edge, because it just looks, oops, overshot. Because I'm using a soft edge brush, it's just disguising. getting rid of these real jagged edges that were created. Oops. How's that looking? Right, next thing I want to do is just select the image, then go to filter, raw filter, and here we can just do some quick tweaks. So it's not showing us the background again, but I'm just looking at the colours here. We can mess with the exposure a little bit and just check it's looking as good as it can. I tend to just get on each control, just go left a bit, right a bit, and go better, worse. Now these texture ones are interesting. Can you see? It's just softening the image slightly. And clarity, again, better, worse. I think it's better, lower. But if you go too far down, it looks like a dream sequence, which we don't want. Dehaze. See, that's really too much. But a little of that's nice. Vibrance just makes the colours a bit sweeter. Saturation, again. That's about as good as we can get. I've just noticed a problem. Can you see this hole here? Now that's easily fixed because we can paint over that in white and just bring that piece of glass back. Good. Happy with that. Thank you for watching.